The title Big Fish implies a few different things. First off, it's that impossibly epic story that couldn't possibly be true, but you really wish it was true. That's who Edward Bloom is. He's this guy who tells these impossibly elaborate and ornate stories.
The son is about to have a child of his own and wants to find out if these stories are true. They have a fantastical side to them, and that is why it's difficult for the son to totally believe in these stories.
Big Fish is a love story. It's a love story about a father and his love for his son, and it's a love story about a man and his love for his wife.
You know, right around the time that the movie came out, we had a conversation with John August about turning this into this wonderful story into a Broadway musical.
My initial thought was it'll be even more powerful as a musical because how much is real and how much was in Edward's imagination, you really won't have any idea.
It's a fantastic blend between humanity and imagination, and I think that's what really gripped me about it. And it's very funny as well.
I'm from the South, where we tell Big Fish stories for breakfast. It reflects and parallels my entire life.
I think everyone in their family had someone that told Big Fish tales. For all of us in the theater who create theater, we are storytellers.
It's very exciting because there's the real world, in inverted commas, and then there's the fantasy world. And that's always attractive to that challenge of how do you go from a normal environment into a fantasy environment and then back again.
Edward Bloom is an epic role. As it got bigger and more exciting, the number of people who could play it was getting smaller and smaller.
Luckily, we found Norbert Leo Butz. We didn't have to look that hard for Norbert Leo Butz. He's already a giant Broadway star, but he was the guy.
He read the script and said, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for years.
Norbert Leo Butz is what we refer to as a theater animal.
Norbert is everything that Edward Bloom is. Norbert is funny, Norbert is charming, Norbert is a little roguish, so we could not be luckier.
When it came time to look for a director for Big Fish, we needed to find somebody who could do both the big visual scale of the piece, but also understand the emotional core.
Susan Stroman is, one of the first names in theater, and rightly so. She has a very magical outlook on how to take something and turn it into an extraordinary moment for the audience.
She's also, like the best general in town. Everybody's on their top game when she's in the room. And I love that. I want to be pushed. I want to be made as good as I can possibly be.
Well, Andrew Lippa is so talented. I have to say, I think this is his best score. He also relates to these particular characters.
I think he's both the father and the son.
I am someone who has spent my life making things up, making stories grander and bigger than they actually are.
There's no one who can't go and have a good time at this show. I think you can go to this show if you've never seen a musical theatre piece and be spellbound.
I think women are going to be very moved by the father-son story and will be able to relate it to the men, the husbands, the fathers, the sons in their life.
Everyone's had a father and everyone's been a child, and our whole lives are about the stories we tell about ourselves.
I think the stage version of Big Fish may be my favorite thing I've ever worked on. I love the music, I love the story, I love what Susan Stroman has done, and I think audiences are going to be really moved by it.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a lot of people walking through the lobby calling their mom or their dad and telling them a few things they wish they told them years ago.
It's going to be a big old journey that will stay with you for a long time.